This is a podcast from soof.co.uk. Hello, I'm Patrick Downs. This is all about film, whether it be Blu-ray, DVD or streaming. After more than 30 years of service as a top naval aviator, Pete Maverick Mitchell is where he belongs, pushing the envelope as a courageous test pilot. Yet Maverick must confront the ghosts of his past when he returns to Top Gun to train a group of elite graduates and comes face to face with Lieutenant Bradshaw, the son of his former wingman Goose. Bitter rivalries ignite as the pilots prepare for a specialised mission, which will require the ultimate sacrifice from those chosen to fly it.
After 34 years, Tom Cruise returns as Maverick. This is a competition film about family, friendship, and sacrifice. It's a love letter to aviation. We're going to show you what it's really like to be a Top Gun pilot.
You just can't create this kind of experience unless you shoot it live. In order for us to accomplish this, we have the greatest fighter pilots in the world working with us.
We're working with a brand new camera system that allows us to put 6 IMAX quality cameras inside the cockpit with the actors.
Verify cameras are on. Okay, cameras on. There you go.
It's amazing what we see in the cockpit and what an audience is going to experience.
Great camera position.
Thanks to Tom, all the actors are becoming accustomed to the G-forces by all the training that they're doing.
It is aggressive. You can't act that. The distortion in the face. They're pulling 7.5 HGs. That's 1,600 pounds of force. I am so proud of them and what they've done. And it is heavy duty.
All right. Oh, okay.
Starring Tom Cruise, Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, Jon Hamm and Glen Powell. Miles Teller plays Lieutenant Bradley Rooster Bradshaw, but tell us what you think this film has to offer to audiences.
I think that this movie is very emotional. I think that it's something for all ages. I think we're representing a group of people that are for me, I have the utmost respect for. I think it's funny. I think it's dramatic. I think it's tense. I think it's high stakes. And as far as aerial footage, we're doing something that's never been done. So it's a very visionary kind of conquest that we've led on. So movies like this don't come along too often. So. I'm very proud to be a part of it, and I think that people are in for a treat.
Tell us about what you had to go through and about working with Tom Cruise himself.
I look back at this project, I'm just so proud of all the work that everybody did, but also for the new kind of cast of actors who play the pilots, knowing what they all had to go through, what we all had to go through to be able to deliver this experience for fans. I'm really proud of that because none of us, I think, knew what we were signing up for, but we knew that we just had to keep pushing forward. So I'm really proud of that. And I'm excited to be a part of something I think that very much lives up to the original. And personally, I grew a lot from it. And a lot of that comes from just being under Tom's wing. His character and his work ethic and how much he cares about entertaining audiences is unmatched. And so I think that's a good lesson for anybody in this business.
Jon Hamm plays Admiral Simpson, but tell us about Tom and the characters he's played over the years.
He kind of set the tone for a certain style of character for some time, certainly leading man and hero character, of the cocky, kind of overconfident, hubris gets in his way, but he wins out at the end. And I mean, you see that in movies like Die Hard, and you see that, of that era, that character was kind of prevalent, and that's a very American situation where we like that kind of guys that maybe don't exactly follow the rules all the time, and that's very sexy to people, and it's very intriguing to people, and it's very watchable to people, honestly. And Tom is so perfectly cast in that role.
And what was it like watching some of the first aerial shots with Tom Cruise?
When we went to Tom's trailer and we saw it all cut together, you're like, this is the most groundbreaking thing that will never be topped. And it's because Tom has 35 years of flight experience under his belt, and he knows exactly what looks good on camera, the physics of how to actually pull it off, and knows logistically how to talk to the Navy and the air boss and how to actually execute this. I don't know if there's another movie star on the planet or another person on the planet that could actually make these aerial sequences happen. And when you watch them, your jaw's on the floor and you're like, he did.
Screenplay writer Christopher McQuarrie talking here then about the differences between the original and this new version.
During the writing of the film, also during the shooting and in the editing of the film, we found ourselves time and again leaning towards recreating moments of the film as opposed to creating new ground. And we found time and again that the more we let go of the original movie and went in our own direction, the film became much more true. And that there really was the possibility to make something that stood alone. It was very important to Tom and I when we would talk about Top Gun that you didn't have to see the original movie in order to enjoy this one.
It's produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, but tell us about the preparation that goes into the flight scenes with Tom taking the lead.
We have the real Top Gun pilots. They've all been in combat. They're just fantastic individuals, and you have no idea what you go through before a flight. They have 3-hour briefings before a flight where Tom actually is coordinating and choreographing all the flights. So he's working with their aviators, and they're designing what they're going to do. So Tom's right in the middle of this and doing everything just like an aviator would do it.
It's Top Gun Maverick, and it's available now. And with that, thanks for checking me out on the Bring the Film podcast today. I'm Patrick Downs, and you can keep in touch across Twitter at I'm Patrick Downs, also on Instagram or facebook.com/officialpoptart. And there's also the website soof.co.uk. This is a podcast from soof.co.uk.